So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to use suitable software package to create a new web page called XAHC. So that means we need to open Dreamweaver. So here we go. Start, Programs, ICT, Adobe Design and Dreamweaver. So you need to be aware of where Dreamweaver is. That's going to save you a bit of time. So create a new HTML and it asks us XAHC. So file, save as XAHC. Now when we're saving it, you need to make sure that you're saving it in the Web31 folder. Okay, so for various reasons it needs to be saved in there. So save it in the same folder as you've got everything else. XAHC. This will mean things will get a lot easier later on. So let's save that. And yeah, fine. Okay, would you like override? I've already got one open because I've done this before. So save it in there, and then what we have to do is look at the next part. So it says attach the style sheet J12 CSS to this web page. So the way that we do that would be to click on CSS up at the top here, and we're attaching a style sheet. So we're going to browse for that, and you need to make sure you're browsing to your home drive and the Web31 folder. Open it up, and there it should be, style sheet. Okay, and then you press OK to bring it in, and as you can see it brings it in. The reason why we resized the image and we saved it as .3 was because actually this style sheet is using that image. I can probably show you somewhere where that is if I have a look at it. It's probably in body. Yeah, the background image is there. So if you hadn't saved it as background 3 like it asked you, that wouldn't have been displayed, and it would have been a bit of a be thinking why. Okay, so that's it. So make sure you do everything that it asks you to do on here. It says so we've attached the spreadsheet. As you can create, make sure the styles within the style sheet are not changed. Well, they're not changed. However, if you wanted to, if it did say on there you need to change them, then you could just double click on them styles and you could change them like before. So if in your exam it says change the H2 to size 20, then this is how you do it. Okay, there you go. It says if necessary resize your browser window so that background image fits the window without tiling. I've got no idea what that means. However, I think it might mean something like this. So without tiling would be it fits without tiling. I'm thinking it's something like that. Okay, I'm going to run with that anyway. The next thing it says is resize your browser window so the background image fits the window without tiling. So that's what I've just done. Good. This web page must open in any browser and will have 3 separate tables. So you're thinking about this, you're thinking, how do I know that? Well, I don't know. There's something here about checking browser compatibility, and if you click on it, it sort of comes up and it tells you any issues. So I'm presuming that there won't be any issues with this. Okay, so let's hopefully that'll be fine. So let's get rid of that a minute. Right, so the next thing I need to do is create a table 1 using the contents of J12 table 1 HTML. It's got to look like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look for this file first of all. So I'm going to open it up. So file open. Again, I'm going to go to my home drive, Web31, and J table 1 is what I'm looking for. There it is. So if I open it up, I can see it looks like that, and that's the table I need to bring in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go edit and select all. It's going to select all the table, and I'm going to edit and copy that in to my website. Edit paste, so it comes in there. Don't need alt text, it hasn't asked you to do it. So alt text might be if you hover over it what the text is going to display. Helps visually impaired people, but hasn't asked you to do that right now. So I'm going to leave it like that. One thing it does say to you is the next bit here is set the width of this table to 100% of the width of the window. So here what I need to do in Dreamweaver is go to, we get the properties open. So let's have a look at the properties of this box. So So if we clicked on the box and selecting it, go to edit and select all of it. Select that box. Hopefully the width will be in pixels at the moment, so if I go percentages I can put 100% in there, and that would be the 100% of the page, and that'll show up in my when I come to do my coding later on. So we'll have a look at that later. So set the width to 100%, and then it tells you to do something. Replace the text, place table 1 anchor here with an anchor called top. So you need to now go into the coding for this, because it's saying about an anchor. So let's go and have a look at the coding. So replace the text, place table 1 anchor here with an anchor called tap. So let's go into here, and if we go to code, we can hopefully see the code there. Place table 1 anchor here. So I need to put in an anchor called tap in here. So if I just leave it like that for a second, and click, I'm going to click outside this box, and my anchor is going to go in there. So I'm going to put an anchor in. To insert an anchor, you need to have the insert tab. So if it's not up here on your tabs, you can either go insert and hopefully an anchor somewhere, which I'll probably find named anchor. Yeah, you can do that. Or if you wanted to, you can go to a view and toolbars and have the insert toolbar in here, and here it is. So I'm going to insert an anchor, and the name is going to be top. Okay, so an anchor is somewhere where, if you might have the word top, it's for long web pages. So for example, if I'm down and down and down and down here, there might be a word, say top, which will hyperlink to the top of the page. So this tells that hyperlink where to go to, i.e. the top of the page. So I'm going to put that in. You can see the anchor there. It says to you here, here we go, okay, make sure that the anchor is not visible in the browser. So at this point I'm going to go F12 to say, and to view it in the browser. It's going to ask me to save it because I've done some stuff since I saved it last. So I'll press yes, and now you can see my page and the anchor can't be seen. Okay, there you go. So let's go back to this. So the next thing I have to do is replace the text candidate details with your name, center number and candidate number. So I'd go back into here and put your name, candidate number and center number. Is the center number. And candidate. Just make it up for now. You will have a candidate number on the day. Just make the one up until it for now. Okay, so that's 8 minutes 24. I'm going to stop there. That's producing table 1.